So the case I have is Brown versus Board of Education. This case started in Topeka, Kansas in 1954 when an African American named Linda Brown was denied admission into an all-white public high school.
So the first thing the students were assigned to do with this particular project was to walk through the background of their given Supreme Court case. So in this case, Liz is walking us through the background of what Brown versus Board of Education was, in order to kind of build up into why that is significant. So this allows me to kind of see the students' thought process as they're kind of summarizing in their own words the aspects of this
everyone
case.
a chance, and they're making it equal for everyone, no matter who they are or what they committed, that everyone must be read their Miranda rights because otherwise it would go against their Fifth Amendment.
So after building that synopsis of the case, here we see Braylon kind of going into the details of here is why my case is the most significant. So they had to provide two examples. So here Braylon's giving us a little bit of reason why Miranda is important because it's that most important protection of the Fifth Amendment against self-incriminating statements.
I think that was the right decision and it should have happened a long time ago. But this was the most significant case of the Warren case era due to its significance and American equality for African Americans.
So in order to finish up their argument, they needed that second example to kind of pull everything together as well. So here we see Connor providing Brown versus Board of Education's second example, centered around the equality between different groups of people. So by seeing these examples, I was able to see what the students' thought process was as they were developing the argument as a way to kind of interact and see how they could verbally prove what they were trying to argue.
So while I feel that the Angle versus Vitale case was extremely important in addressing many important religious issues and freedoms, I feel that the most important case here is the Miranda versus Arizona case.
After being able to create their own argument centered around those two examples, I really wanted to give students an opportunity to interact with their fellow classmates and engage with them in seeing their thought process and their argument in order to learn from their classmates as well as engage in intellectual dialogue. So by having Ryan here in this example respond to one of his classmates and say, hey, I think your case is important, but he goes on to kind of argue why his case is more important, it gives the students, even though they're not in the physical setting, an ability to be able to discuss their work, to be able to collaborate and come up with great ideas. Really nice job walking through the main points here. I really like your case synopsis and how you kind of walk through the different aspects of Brown versus Board of Education. You also did a really nice job kind of hitting on this aspect of the 14th Amendment and why that's a reason why your case is the most significant. I thought that was a really nice example. Being able to provide feedback as a teacher is something that's very important in helping students walk through that learning process. So being able to use Flipgrid's tools to create videos or provide written feedback is such a great way to kind of build that dialogue with the students and being able to engage with them in that hands-on learning process, even without being in the physical classroom.